तव कथामृतम तप्त जीवनम कवि विरीडितम कल्मषापहम श्रवण मंगलम श्रीमदाततम भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः. Good evening, dear devotees and friends. Today is that Wednesday, and we'll be reading and discussing from the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, and we were reading from the page 610 that one Pandit has come. Pandit means the Sanskrit scholar. So he has come, and then Sri Ramakrishna was discussing with him all the different type of spiritual practices, and so here we find a beautiful question and answer. We should not say the question answer, the statement that the Pandit said, and in reply to that Sri Ramakrishna's comment. The Pandit was telling, revered sir, I feel a spirit of total renunciation when I am here. He is smiling and telling. Sri Ramakrishna was talking about the renunciation, and Pandit is commenting, when I am with you, I feel that I should renounce. But I feel like going away, giving up the world. Then the Sri Ramakrishna's reply. This is the beauty of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Some of the practices, we said, some of the religions, they immediately will encourage that man, yes, you give up everything and follow us. But Sri Ramakrishna is not like that. He is trying to help the person from that particular level, and slowly he should come up. Giving up the world is not that easy. It's from the samskara. So when suddenly out of emotion or some just we heard, and then we think that, oh, it's good that we should renounce and we will become a monk, it's not that easy. Then not only he ruins his whole life, he brings down the ideology also. So when the Pandit said, the master immediately replied, no, why should you give up? You should not give up. Give up mentally. Then he said, live unattached in the world. The Sri Ramakrishna very casually he is telling, but that is the highest philosophy, highest spiritual practice. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, from each and every word of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, I can write so much of philosophy. That's true. That's casually. First he said, no. Why should you give up? Then he said, give up mentally. Give up means physically, but give up mentally. Physically, very few people can do that. That's not very easy thing. So obviously, Sri Ramakrishna is not asking the people, oh, enjoy the world, be over there. No, he is not. He is Jagat Guru. He is the master of the whole world. He is the Guru, spiritual, the teacher. So obviously his guidance will be proper. He said, give up mentally. Now the question is, what to give up? This house, the property, the job, what I am going to give up? What I am going to give up, that is the question. Most of the time we make mistake. Giving up the desire, giving up the attachment. Sri Ramakrishna, once again I am repeating and making the sequence, the Pandit, the scholar, Sanskrit scholar, he must have read all the Upanishads, etc. That's why he is Pandit. And when he said, when I come over here and see you and talk to you, I get the inspiration for giving up the whole thing, to renounce, renunciation when I am here, he is expressing his idea, and Sri Ramakrishna is telling, because he is a married man, he has a family, he has to look after all the responsibility that he has taken up already. So Sri Ramakrishna's advice is, no, you should not give up. Why should you give up? Then he said, give up mentally. The physically you need not to give up mentally. And then the last sentence he is telling, live unattached in the world. Is it as if so easy? I am not talking with anybody, I am not taking anything from anyone, I am living unattached? Not at all. Living unattached means there is a very high spiritual practice, unattachment. Now you have to have the complete idea about this world. That is called Jnana Margi. The Jnana Margi is that those who are following the path of the knowledge, what do? They analyze. And what they are analyzing, just like the scientists are analyzing many things, these people are also analyzing constantly and keeping the mind always on that supreme. What is this world? Is a mixture of Jada and Chetana. And very nicely it says in the Upanishad, Satya Anrite Mithuni Kritte. Satya, the truth, Anrite, the untruth, that has been mixed up. It is like the light and the darkness mixed up. How can it be? The Jada is the inert, and at the same time Chetana, the consciousness. Suppose this wood, it gets the consciousness, what will happen? The table will say, hey, what is this? You are constantly using me, and then you are putting so many heavy things on me. Why should I serve you like this? The conscious immediately will react, but Jada will never do that. It will be just like that. When our body is attached with the consciousness, which is life, we call it life, we are all the time using the fans and the AC at the time of summer. And in winter, the room should be heated properly, warm clothing. So why? But the same body which we are covering with all that, after the death, you put under the body or the burn, the body is not reacting at all. That means something which is absent inside the body, immediately the body becomes inert, just like the wood, just like any other things. So inert and the consciousness clubbed together, that is the life. So how it is possible? They go on analyzing. That is called Jnana Margi. When you say God is in the sky, He is the ruler, He will punish you if you do something wrong, and He will reward you if you are doing good. Very easy to understand. And we understand the administration, the government, the king and his ruling, all this goes on almost like that. But when you are taking the path of the jnana, your mind should be constantly calm and very active. Calm means you have to be calm because you are analyzing something, like the scientist. They're very calm, but one-pointed, very active. Mind is very active, one-pointed. Here also, the spiritual scientist going on, how this is possible? What is this glue that attached the consciousness with the inert? Answer is, they have found out, the Vedantic scientists, they will say Maya. With a four-letter word, M-A-Y-A, and it's a profound answer. And that gives the complete answer. What is this Maya? It is the power of God. Through this power, the reflection become original. The untruth become truth. That is the power. So it is said the supreme magician, as if hypnotized the billions and billions of minds. So like that, everybody is completely hypnotized. What is that? I am seeing that I am so happy, I am feeling I am happy. I am seeing that is my friend. I am seeing this is that. But in reality it is not. There is nothing. It goes on changing. Now if we are all elderly people now. Let us think that when we were young and in the school, how our friends were so close. All our friends, but there were some best friends. So they will be coming close together, 4 or 5, every time talking and going together to see something, playing this, that, and we never thought that we will be separated. That time. And the time came, we graduated from the school and we separated our line, and we are in the colleges and higher education. Some could not do that, slowly separated. Again in the colleges, in the university, again a group of people, but not that way as we were in the school. Then afterwards in the offices, there also the colleagues are there, friends are there, talking together, but as because the profession, so there is a difference is always there. Friendship is there. In the meantime, we marry and we become the other people, some people whom we never knew, they become so close to us. We say our relatives, the husband, the wife and their relatives, they've also become. It goes on changing, but in every situation I think, oh, this is my situation and this is mine, isn't it? But everything time it is changing. All the time it is changing. We cannot think that when it is all changing, it is not the permanent. Why I am putting my mind and soul into it and getting so much of attached to it, and they feeling pain if I am not having those things? Why? But that is called, this why will take you to the ultimate point where Sri Ramakrishna is telling, live unattached. Not that we should not feel for the friends, not that we should not feel for the relatives, family, responsibility, love, everything should be there, but at the back of our mind, it's all temporary. That thought should be there. It is all temporary. And that is why I told this is the highest spiritual practice. Why I am telling spiritual practice? Because this is a practice, this is not the goal. When that is also over, it becomes normal, natural, then you become Jivana Mukta. So that is, it says, the effort to break the hypnotism, this is my words, is called the spiritual practice, Adhyatmik Sadhana. This spiritual practice is nothing but understanding truth, Satya, which is eternal, and Anirtha, Anritha means untruth, which is temporary. So what is this truth? It is consciousness. What is this untruth? This world, created world. The truth and untruth goes in this way. And what is this consciousness? There are so many ways Upanishads have tried to give the definitions, and most of us who are the students of the Vedanta, we know about it. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, I will quote, it says, Asanga hi ayam purushaha. Asanga, without any company. He, ayam, he, truly, ayam, this, purushaha, the inner self. The inner self, the infinite entity, is completely unattached. Asanga hi ayam purushaha. Purusha means that within, inside, pura avasthita iti. So that which is inside, within the heart, is the consciousness. Then obviously, asanga hi, is completely detached. That's Ramakrishna said. And he said very casually, live unattached in the world. If we can live unattached in this world, then there is nothing like that. Some people are trying to get the liberation. They have understood the folly, all this nuisance of this world. There is nothing remains. So constantly they are thinking to go beyond this, and they are trying to go beyond this, practicing yoga, meditation, and doing charity, going to pilgrimage, and practicing other austerities like fasting, taking the name of God. So many things they are doing. Why? Only to go beyond this. But what is this? If we don't understand where I am actually going, then it will be thoroughly confusing. I was once, when I first came, 2013, it was very new to me, this country, and so big, all this, and I was going to the Dallas, and suddenly they announced the Dallas. The pronunciation, it was, now I can understand, but that time it was very difficult to understand the pronunciation, particularly when they announce in the aircraft. It's very difficult. I don't know why they don't feel there may be some people who won't be able to understand if I am speaking in the casually or very local tone. So they should, when they are announcing, they should feel that there must be other people. So it should be slow and properly pronounced. Everybody can understand. But anyway, and they say Dallas, Dallas. Actually, they are mentioning this is the stop from where they will go to Dallas. I couldn't understand. That was my first flight in America, and I got down over there, some love field or something like that. And I went down and then went out and was waiting for the person. And it never happens. The devotees, they always come earlier than before I reach over there. Then I was wondering why these people have not come. Then suddenly I called to him and he said, Sir, Swamiji, it is not possible. You are supposed to be here after another 1 hour. You must have got down over there. Please go back. All these things. I had to wait for the next flight. It was good. The people are so good. They helped me. I got another flight, and then after 2 hours I reached over there. So what is this? Just mistake. And what is that mistake? Misunderstanding, because I was not very much clear, aware about my destination. In the same way, the spiritual life, if I am not very clear about my destination, what is my destination? God. What is God? I don't know. My guru knows. Your guru knows how it will go. So you have to understand what is God actually I am trying to reach, or I am going to be liberated. What is that liberation? So we should be very clear about our destination first. Second, the process to reach over there. What is the process I am taking? Sri Ramakrishna is very open, very broad, and he will be advising us. Now let us conclude this only one sentence that he said, live unattached. And what is this unattachment? Understanding. What is the understanding? This world is a mixture of consciousness and unconsciousness. And I belong to the consciousness, not to the unconsciousness. And what is the unconsciousness in me? This body and mind. What is the consciousness? The reflection that is coming from the supreme consciousness. What is Brahman? On my intellect, my buddhi. So for that I should have to take. And the buddhi, the intellect, there I should utilize my knowledge, which I get from the scripture and from my guru, that this is nothing but the combination of truth and untruth. And I should not take the untruth. Which is untruth? Which is temporary. Which is truth? Which is permanent. This is clear. And what is permanent? Brahman, consciousness, God, that is permanent. It can never change. In no condition it will change. And when it is like that, it comes along with that other things also. How we will know? The love will come, unselfishness will come, and you will feel so happy. So that's why they say it has the three things you will feel. That you are not going to die. You are eternal. Only body will change. Your mind will change. But you are eternal. Sat, the Chit, knowledge, the Jnana, the I am consciousness. I cannot be bound by all these things that is coming before me. So all the five objects that is there constantly beckoning me, calling me, trying to attract me, I say no, thank you. So that is second. That is called Chit, the Jnana. And then Ananda. Refusing all those things which the other people considered the source of joy and happiness, I am refusing that, I am becoming very happy. So these three things, first is Swat, Chit, Ananda, Bas. That is my goal, I am clear about it. And the process, awareness, awareness, awareness. Constantly I should say, I am not going to the step over there. I know that is a danger. Asanga hi ayam purushaha. That consciousness which is within me, at this moment it is reflection, but through that reflection I can go to the original. That is asanga, unattached. The consciousness is unattached. So I should also live unattached. I should live with everything, but with unattachment. And it says Shankaracharya in his Vivek Chudamani, he said, Ko nama bandha. What is this bondage? Atra anamani ahamiti mati bandha. This anatmani, they are not Atman, not conscious, but I am thinking this is conscious, and that is called Baddha. I am superimposing, I am thinking that this is the consciousness, and by that way I am getting attached. The conscious gets attached with the upadhi. The upadhi means that I am a educated person and I am rich, I am president of so and so, like that, all upadhis, but in reality it is nothing. So therefore we have to understand, I am thinking those things. If I say this shirt is me, it's wrong. It is not. I am just wearing it. Maybe some other people can take it and then use it. So I am not this, I am just using it. The same way the upadhi, I am so and so, should be completely temporary. And from that it comes me and mine. This is mine and this is me. And that is the bandha. Now friends, I will conclude quoting from a Jivan Mukta Gita. There is a Gita called Jivan Mukta. There are so many varieties of Gita. So the Jivan Mukta Gita, I will quote from the one verse from the Jivan Mukta. Sri Ramakrishna, when he is telling, live unattached in the world. And here it says the Jivan Mukta, ekaki ramate nityam svabhava guna varjitaha brahma jnana rasa aswade Jivan Mukta sa uchyate. When I am living unattached, as Sri Ramakrishna said, how it will be? The Jivan Mukta Gita says, ekaki, alone. But I am with so many friends and so many relatives. And maybe some people that don't like me, that is also will be there, some enemies. But with all the challenges and with all the opportunities, I am alone. How it is I am alone? I am not attached to those. When they are coming to me, I am just accordingly behaving. When they are going away, bas, that's all. So ekaki ramate nityam. Nityam means eternally, completely, and he is enjoying. Rama ramayate. That is enjoying. It's not, oh, I am alone, there is no one, there is nobody to look after me, constantly complaining. When you are alone, enjoy, because that you are not alone. You are in the whole world, but unattached. That is the training. If one can take that, there is no problem at all. You are not depending on anyone. That is the best training. That's why Sri Ramakrishna said, the grihasthis, those who are in the household, they need not to give up all those things and become a monk. Those who, by the grace of God and their samskaras, their past deed, in young age has become monk, that is a separate group. But majority of the people who are in this world and who became successful in their professional lives, and they are now settled down and now thinking about the spirituality, should adhere to this advice of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, which he gave to Pandit. Give up mentally. What? Attachment. How I can give it that up? I am doing, I said this, so it must be done. That ego should not be there. I said, if it is done, it is good. If it is not, it is okay. First practice is this, giving up the ego slowly, and then live unattached in this world. The son and the daughter and their grandchildren and all this property, money, slowly withdraw with all that. It won't go with you. You know very better that it's not going with you. So why should I be attached so much? And distributing my property, whatever is necessary, to my children, if they need it. If they don't need, don't give. Rather give it back to the society. Give it back to the donation. Give it to the poor people. Because you earn from the society, and give it back to the society if it is excess to you. Why unnecessarily, when the children are not wanting it and they are sufficiently successful, can maintain their own life, why unnecessarily giving it? Attachment. Don't do that. So that slowly coming up, no, I got it from the society, it is sufficient for me, I don't need that much now, so I give it back to the society. Society doesn't mean only my kith and kin and my children. Society means other people also. So Maya and Daya, the Sri Ramakrishna mentioned, Maya, you are doing the good thing but with attachment. You are donating but with attachment. You are giving your money to your kith and kin, attachment. So that's called Maya. But the same donation, if you give to unknown people whom you don't know and not expecting anything back from them, Daya, and that will give you the liberation. So these are the two things. Ekaki ramate nityam sabhava guna varjitaha. What is the sabhava guna? Those who are constantly attending these classes, you are aware, 3 gunas, sattva, raja, tama, and they are part and parcel of us. Because of the 3 gunas we are born, the sabhava guna. So sattva, raja, tama, tama we are not, because we have given up the tama. Some portion may be there, raja is more, a little portion of the sattva. Try to be in the sattva and then give up. So sabhava guna varjita, then brahma jnana rasa aswade. What is that brahma jnana rasa? Enjoy or taste the brahma jnana. What is that? I am Brahman. I am Brahman. I am Brahman. Shankaracharya, many of you heard and you know, this body, this mind, it is not me, it is not. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. That is Brahma Jnana, Rasa Asade. I am the consciousness, I am the eternal, I am the bliss. I live all alone. I am not depending on anybody else. Live in that way. So that is called Brahma Jnana Rasa Aswade Jivan Mukta Uchyate. When I meet with a friend or some neighbors, I behave very nicely, properly, talk to them, concerned about them, inquiring, and always pray to God. God, now enough is enough. Whole world is suffering. Please do something so that people can become once again the normal. So like that, I'm praying. But at the same time, I'm completely unattached. Brahma Jnana Rasa Aswade Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta is completely free while living. Free from what? Attachment. And what is that attachment? Ego. It is me, so it is mine. That ego is gone. Sa uchyate. So Sri Ramakrishna said, live completely unattached. That is the beauty of Sri Ramakrishna's teaching. He says things so simple, but it is so deep and so profound. Now then he is telling, Surendra wanted to spend a night over here, as because the Pandit said, I want to give up, and he is giving the reference, but family told, why should you spend the night? So come back, etc. Then he said, what will you achieve by mere reasoning? That is also very, very important. Because when we reason, it's very difficult. There are so many fractions, so many ways, and so subtle it is. It's not easy. Sri Ramakrishna said, live unattached. We discussed almost half an hour on that particular thing, reasoning. Now we are listening from him. What you will achieve by mere reasoning? Be restless for God and learn to love Him. Because we have the love, we have the attachment, Sri Ramakrishna is asking us to utilize those things, those attachment, that love towards God. Instead of loving other things or other beings towards God. So he said, become restless for God. Sometimes some people I have seen, when they can't talk to their children, they become restless. The telephone is not working. You know, in India, Bengal, the ampan, it was there. Now that all telephone connections, and naturally 2-3 days it was not there, and people became mad. And when it was restored, and what the government will do, administration will do, because it is the nature. So afterwards, when it was restored after 1 day or 2 days, then I started receiving call, and the complaint after complaint. Government is not looking after what the government will do. Government are also human being. But anyway, they are fighting against the nature. Is not so easy. So obviously the devastating thing, but people don't understand that. My thing should be always there. But anyway, now it has been restored. People are to some extent happy. But in the village side, terrible condition. And many people from different corners of the world are trying to help them. They are sending whatever possible money to them. So this is going on. Now this is called the restlessness. Do we feel for God? Do we feel for that restlessness to God? And the famous story Sri Ramakrishna mentioned is a story from the life of Jesus Christ. When Jesus Christ, perhaps he was bathing in a river, one person came and told, how I will realize God? He told, okay, now you have come here to bathe? Well, yes, go. So the moment he went down the water, Jesus held his head inside the water for some time. When the man who was struggling very hard for the air, for the oxygen, he released him. He came up. Then Jesus asked him, how you were trying to get the breathing, the air, you should feel like that for God. Do you feel like that? That means I am going to die without oxygen. That should be the attitude. I am going to die without God. And those who have read the biography of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, you will see the picture over there. How wonderful it has been depicted, it has been mentioned. The Sri Ramakrishna rubbing his face on the bank of the Ganga. Mother, I couldn't see you. I couldn't talk to you. Another day passed. I do not know when I am going to die. So he used to get up early morning. Sometimes the whole night he is crying and praying. So that is called earnestness. So this is the way he is mentioning, the restless for God. One must take up a definite attitude towards God. Sri Ramakrishna said, knowledge. Now he is coming down for the people like us. So we cannot constantly think, oh, I am Brahman, I am Brahman. It is not possible. It will be hypocrisy that I am having everything, I am doing everything. At the same time I am telling I am Brahman. That will be hypocrisy. One should not do that. Those who have developed that, very few. You know, all the 16 disciples that Sri Ramakrishna was having, only he used to tell about the Advaita Vedanta to Narendranath, separately, not before others. He used to take him inside the room, close the doors and windows, then he used to say, you are Brahman. It is not for all. And just I heard about it, and now I am a scientist, or I am an engineer, I developed the software, I can understand this better, so I am having this, I am having that. Wrong thing. For that, it is a complete different type of practice. Completely different. Like the Raman Maharshi, completely different. Not attached to anything. They only can practice it. It's not so easy. So even the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, the great spiritual giants. So Sri Ramakrishna told, for you, this is the devotion is the path. What is the wrong? Nothing wrong. I am getting the same experience through devotion. So the knowledge is for those who can truly adopt it. But here he says, you must take up a definite attitude towards God. Then alone can one realize Him. First, what is my goal? God. Then, what is my path? Devotion is good for me. Comfortably I can go. Because I don't have that strong temperament, mentality to give up everything and constantly harping on that, I am Brahman, I am Brahman, I am Brahman. And not reacting to anything, joy or sorrow. That is a very difficult path. In the Bhagavad Gita also it says. So for the other people, so good, very broad way. And that is called devotion. And what are the attitude? Rishis like the Sanaka cherish the attitude of Shanta. The Shanta, that is the attitude. What is the Shanta? Not reacting to anything. So many things are happening all around. They know that this is all the destiny going on, happening. I have nothing to do. So they are constantly keeping themselves aloof, just observer. Very typical again. So this is Shanta. So Sanaka could do that. Sanaka, Sananda, Sanatan, Sanat Kumar, these four brothers, they used to practice the Shanta Bhava. Hanuman has the attitude of a servant, Dasya. This Dasya attitude is very nice. I am serving and becoming humble. But at the same time, I know that I can do it. As an educated and well-mannered, and so all good things are there, but at the same time, completely humble and dedicated to his God, that is Sri Ramachandra. For Hanumana, the Mahavir, Swami Vivekananda said, the Mahavir Hanumana should be your ideal. Why? He was having everything, but no ego. That is the servant doesn't mean the ordinary, the people who are serving, not like that. Here the servant means he has dedicated everything at the feet of the God, but he is really, really capable person in everything. Atalita Baladhama, that's about the Hanumanji, it says. He is an extremely powerful person, but he will be sitting at the feet of the Sri Ramachandra, his guru, as if he doesn't know anything. So like that Hanumana, the Dashya, attitude of the servant. The cowherd boys of Vrindavan like Sridama, and the Sudama, the attitude of friend. That's called Sakhya. Sakhya in Sanskrit means friendly attitude. Friendly attitude with God. That's also beautiful. That's so nice. One American lady was there, and she never took initiation from Swami Vivekananda. But she is the person who arranged, and she was connected with the very high society in America in those days. And she used to organize all the meeting for Swami Vivekananda in different places, and the high and powerful in the society, they became acquainted with Swami Vivekananda because of that American lady. So that is, I'm just this moment I'm forgetting the name. So that she organized everything. But she used to say, I'm the friend of Swami Vivekananda. I'm not his disciple. She used to go and sit on the bed of Swami Vivekananda. When Swami Vivekananda passed away, and we kept all his things, and still it is there in Belur Math, and she used to go and sit on the bed of the Swami Vivekananda, and nobody, including Swami Brahmananda and Sharadananda, never said anything. They understood. The attitude was friend. So that is exactly, and when the young Swamis used to ask the ma'am, what is your age? Because usually people are not supposed to ask the age to the lady, but they used to because she was very elderly that time, and they used to ask, ma'am, what is your age? And she used to say that this many years, maybe 6 years, 8 years, 10 years, like that. Are you so young? Yes. I was born when I met Swami Vivekananda. The day and the moment I met him, I was reborn. So I count my age from that day. So that is the love, that is the respect, the complete dedication, but the attitude of a friend, advising Swamiji, guiding Swamiji, helping Swamiji, arranging everything, as because she was well connected with the society in America, Swamiji got the great opportunity to move and spread the Vedanta. So this is called Shakya. Then come Vatsalya. Vatsalya is the Yashoda, the attitude of a mother. Attitude of a mother, that mostly we know. The mother, when even they are talking, they are constantly glancing to the particularly if it is a baby, is a young child, constantly taking care of them. What they are doing, where they are going. Fathers are not that way, very much attached to the children, but the mothers, they'll constantly take care. So the Krishna became the son of the Yashoda. Yashoda, though Krishna showed her that he is the maker of the whole universe, even then the mother's heart, and she used to feel that I should protect Krishna, otherwise who will take care of Krishna? Because of that, it is also another way of approaching to the God, Vatsalya, and the last one is Madhura. Madhura Bhava, that Swami Sri Ramakrishna said, attitude of a sweetheart. So that is, Radha used to think that Krishna is her husband. So she used to feel like that. That is the way she used to approach to Krishna. So constantly loving like a wife to the husband. And that is a wonderful love, but not carnal love, spiritual love. Only I love Krishna and Krishna should not be hurt, Krishna should not get any problem. I should solve all problems. Whatever Krishna wants, that I should give. So that is the complete one-way love. Whether Krishna loved me or not, it doesn't matter. And that is called love, prema. Prema is one way. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, love knows no barter. Barter means exchanging of things. No. I give you rice and you give me cloth, not like that. In olden days, they used to exchange things. That's called barter. So love knows no barter. So this is the Sri Ramakrishna is telling, O God, thou art the Lord and I am thy servant. That is the servant's attitude, a very good one for aspirants. Telling all the five, then he is mentioning the servant attitude is good for all of us. Humbleness. But we know that with all the five attitudes, Sri Ramakrishna himself added one more. This is the traditional, the devotion path. Sri Ramakrishna himself added one more. What is that? The son's attitude towards the parent. The son attitudes toward the God. I am your son, I am your daughter, I am your child. I don't care for anything and you should take care of me. So the Vatsalya is the mother is taking care of the baby and the other, the child, depending on the father.
My apologies. I couldn't hear what you said.
So that is what exactly what happened. It says in this way, the Radha's attitude and the Krishna attitude of a mother, Sri Ramakrishna added son's attitude towards the God, towards the Father. Jesus said, Father. He never said God. He said, my Father. And every time he used to feel my Father is taking care of me. Sri Ramakrishna said mother, because in India, motherhood, so they are mother, the same consciousness. Though Jesus is addressing as the Father, and Sri Ramakrishna is addressing as mother. Mother knows everything. I don't know anything. I am not going to do anything. Mother will do everything. Like that. Today morning, the one lady was talking and she was telling, for anything I always talk to mother. Mother, I like to do the japa. I like that attitude. She is praying to mother, Mother, I like to do japa. Take the holy name of Bhagavan, the God. Please help me so that physically and mentally I remain alert and good so I can take the name of God. Mother, please see that my mind is not going anywhere else but to the God. Praying to the mother. Mother, you should take care of all this. And then whatever is happening, mother, why it is happening? Mother, when this gentleman is coming, what he will ask, I don't know. Please be with me. Constantly depending on the mother, depending on the God. And that is also wonderful attitude which Sri Ramakrishna himself practiced and introduced. But he didn't mention it over here. He mentioned somewhere else. Then the Pandit is leaving. After the Pandit left, Pandit is from Siti. Siti means the other bank of the Ganga. In one side the Dakshineshwar, the other bank. It was dusk. Twilight hung over the Panchavati, the temples and the river. The Master Moshe, he is giving all the complete picture, the word picture. They're beautifully describing you can close your eyes and you can feel the darkness is approaching, a little light is still there. So that is the twilight. And slowly the Panchavati, the temple, the river, all are covering. Evening worship began in the different temples. There are the Kali temple, then the Vishnu temple, then the Shiva temples, that all the temples are having the pujas, accompanied by sound of bells, gongs, conch shells. Sri Ramakrishna bowed before the pictures of the deities in his room. He was sitting on the small couch in an abstracted mood. A few devotees were on the floor. There was a silence in the room. So now Sri Ramakrishna is talking. Suddenly that environment changed. An hour passed. Ishan and Keshari entered and sat down on the floor after saluting Sri Ramakrishna. Ishan was a great ritualist. He was devoted to the performance of the various rites and ceremonies prescribed by the scriptures. The master opened the conversation. Sri Ramakrishna started talking with them. Can one attain knowledge of God by merely repeating the word God? There are two indications of such knowledge. Now, see, we are reading the Gospel, which is full of knowledge. Now, Sri Ramakrishna is giving the idea that one should live in this world completely unattached. Second, he said, if you cannot practice that through the path of knowledge, which is very subtle, so you have the opportunity to practice through the path of devotion. So there are 5, we can say 6 approaches, attitudes towards God. So God, He is the creator, and approaching Him in this way. But he said that you should have to understand when you are practicing, how you will know that you are truly approaching to that truth, approaching towards God, you are really benefiting or developing spirituality. Now he says 2 things. There are 2 indications of such knowledge. First, longing, that is to say, love for God. You may indulge in reasoning or discussion, but if you feel no longing or love, it is all futile. As because these 2 gentlemen came, the Sri Ramakrishna was talking to them. One is Ishan and Keshari, these 2. And Master Mahashaya, he knew about them, so he said Ishan was a ritualist and he will be constantly observing many things. First the homa, and then offerings, and then the puja. Oh, so many it is there. So he used to do that ritual. There is also a path, karma kandi. But Sri Ramakrishna, he is telling it is okay. But do you feel yearning for God? Love for God? If it is not, then all that you are doing is futile. So this is one thing we should notice. We are also taking the name of God, but do we really feel love for God? Whatever little thing that we do, we should feel, oh, I am doing it for the God. Sometimes we give gift to our friends and relatives, the senior people, and we give so happily. And when the person who is receiving the gift, he also says, oh good, and I am so happy that you have given this, we also feel very happy. Same way it should, when we are giving something to God, we should feel that God is accepting it. And He is expressing, I am happy. It really happens, so that longing should happen. You should feel within your heart that God is very happy I am doing it. That is love. The love should be there. Otherwise, taking the name of God or performing the yajna or reasoning, nothing helps. Second, the awakening of the Kundalini. The whatever path, the reasoning, the devotion, or the meditation, Kundalini should rise. As long as the Kundalini remains asleep, you have not attained knowledge of God. That is the primal power. It is the end of every human's, that at the end of the spinal cord, the yogis, they say, that power like a serpent, it remains over there. And when we are meditating, slowly it goes on coming up towards the head. The first 3 stages are the below stages. Then all spiritual actions, revelation starts when it reaches the heart. So that Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning is the Kundalini. As long as Kundalini remains asleep, you have not attained knowledge of God. You may be spending hours poring over books or discussing philosophy, but if you have not the inner restlessness for God, you have no knowledge of Him. When the Kundalini is awakened, one attains bhava, bhakti, prema, and so on. This is the path of devotion. This is the path of devotion. The path of knowledge, they don't meditate at all. The only reason. And they never get attached to anything. That's why it is so hard, so difficult, so subtle, and not for the common people. So this is the reason Sri Ramakrishna introducing, that if you feel the longing for God, love for God, and because you are constantly crying and crying, Kundalini power will rise. And when it reaches, you find this thing, bhava, bhakti, prema, and so on. Bhava means completely absorbed in that God. You feel the God is within you, outside you, you're talking to God, and at the time of sleep also you feel the God is present. Then the prema, that is the ultimate, that is as only the Radha was having. So that prema is very, very complete dedication. He forgets the body even. That is the ultimate. The path of karma is very difficult. Through it one obtains some powers, occult power. He is talking to that gentleman who practices karma, that all the yajna, etc. is very difficult. A few occult powers it comes. Ishan, let me go and see Hajra. The Ishan, the person who practices that, didn't like it. The Sri Ramakrishna sat in silence. So we will read again from this particular part. So let us. So if there is any question, please give to me. And
so 2 questions both from Hima Bindu. Hima Bindu.
Bindu.
First question: how to feel oneness with others? How to be totally unselfish? First question.
That is Hima. That is a practice only. The constant practices. There's a very good question. The how to feel attached with others. Oneness with others. Others actually not there. Is only God who is in different forms and different. Suppose, it's a very good question. So how to feel? Suppose you are a mother. Suppose you are a father. And you have 4 or 5 children. And different age group. And one is 20 years. His behavior is different. Another 15 years, her behavior is different. And then the last one, maybe 3 years or 2 years, his behavior will be different. But for the mother, attachment and love, or the father, attachment and love, equal for all the 5 or 6 children, isn't it? Though they are different in name and feature. And their also behavior are different. The 2 years or 3 years, and then 15 years or 20 years, different. But the mother and father, they feel same. How it is possible? Because it is mine. All they are belong to me. So that is the way we should feel, the God is in different form, and it belongs to me, because I am also the same part and person. This is the first question. And second question, what is that?
How to take right decisions in life?
This is second question.
Yes, the same.
Same.
Bindu. How to take right
Decision in life. This is a really a very difficult thing, right decision. One thing I can say, you have to realize what you can do. So that much you should do. And before taking the decision, if you sincerely pray to God, I am going to have this, I am going to take this, someone or other will come and you will hear from him or her, and you will feel, oh, this is the good decision I should take up. That is the way. Pray, pray and pray. And through the prayer, you will get the guidance of the God, and you can take the proper decision, right decision. And at the same time, you should know, I am not going to harm anyone by this decision. So that will be the right decision. Thank you. Thank you. Now let us pray to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and then we conclude. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavataram parameshamidhyam tam Ramakrishnam shirasa namamaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Let all be happy, healthy, and in peace. Om, peace, peace, peace unto all.